You hear all these terms thrown around: software engineer, software developer, programmer, coder. You hear backend, full stack, front end, DevOps, infrastructure, security, databases, all these kinds. And you're like, what are you guys even doing at work? What are they even getting paid to do? When you get hired for your ability to write code, you're also getting hired for your ability to solve problems using code and to decide which kinds of code are right for which kind of problems and which problems are even possible to solve with code. There are three things that a software engineer gets hired to do. Either they're adding a feature, they're fixing a bug, or they're designing a whole new solution. Let me give you an example. You just joined a brand new startup. You're super excited, you've heard a lot about the work they're doing, and you want to be a part of it all. We've done our research and we have come to the conclusion that people are more likely to get into arguments when they're angry. So we would like to make an app that detects when two people are in an argument, and we would like for it to order food for them so that we can reduce the chances of this argument turning into a very large argument. So you're sitting there and you're like, wow, that's a great idea. And they're like, okay, is it possible? Can you do it? And you're like, okay, well, I have a couple questions. How do you want to define an argument? You all decide, you know what? If the volume goes above a certain amount of decibels and you parse the words and the words have a negative connotation, then that constitutes an argument. The next stage is adding features. If I download the app and then I start screaming at my phone, we would just want to know that it actually detects the yelling part. Can you do that part for us? Can you just have it say on the screen, warning, I've detected yelling. Can you have it say that? And you're like, sure. So you go do the feature. It's many years later. The app has taken off. It's amazing. It's very popular. Everyone's downloaded it. It's number one. They call you back many years later and they're like, listen, we actually have a bug. The app keeps ordering food for crying babies. But these babies can't even eat the food. They're just crying. Can you please figure out how to make the app not think that a baby's crying is an argument? So you go back and you're like, well, maybe I can detect the frequency of the crying. And if it's very high pitched, I won't count it. You're saving the day and you're fixing a bug. Those are basically the three things that someone who is hired to write code does. And if you were to be a software engineer one day, you would come to work every day excited to know, am I fixing an existing thing? Am I adding a new thing? Or am I designing? And every single one of them is so rewarding.